He's beaten Alcaraz last time they played, so it's not impossible. It's just improbable. Can he do the improbable? All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome. Semi-finals of Tokyo. Alcaraz versus Ruud. Winner plays Fritz, who just won earlier today. So that's where we are. Also, we've got Raducanu taking on Pegula. Raducanu's up a set and a break, which is fun. She is playing very well. Here's Emma Raducanu. I really don't think Labour Cup should count towards head-to-head, but I'm sure you've had this conversation. Yeah, well, if Labour Cup doesn't count, then neither should Davis Cup. So, and Next Gen Finals shouldn't count either. Which I agree with, because Next Gen Finals is, like, that does, I mean, I don't know how that counts. Like, that's crazy to me. I feel like on the, I wish on the ATP and WTA websites, there was a way to filter head-to-head between Grand Slams, 1,000, because like a Grand Slam, like matches at Grand Slams are obviously more important and higher stakes than a match at a 1,000, right, or a 250. I wish they could have, like, we could break it down where you could press a button and it shows, like, okay, head-to-head, you know, at 1,000 events is 3-0 or something, right? And you go, that makes a difference because that's a best of three. Or like a Grand Slam. Somebody might have a 2-0 record against a Grand Slam at a Slam, and it's different, right? And then team events, right? Labour Cup, Davis Cup, United Cup, they should be in their own category as well. Because team events are different, right? Sometimes you come in, your team needs you, the country's on your back, right? Sometimes you come in, it's a dead rubber, and you don't need a win. There's no pressure, right? So there's different, like, circumstances for this stuff. And I wish the ATP and WTA websites had a way to differentiate them, you know? Because there are different things on the line in those, they're all obviously matches, head-to-head matches, but I don't know. I wish they just had a way of doing that. Like, make it easy. We could obviously do it, like, manually, but I kind of wish that they had the website sorted that you could just do that. You could sort by, head-to-head by, especially when they're played like 10 plus times, It's 30-15. Raducanu with a set and a break. But yeah. Raducanu forehand, again to the backhand of Pegula. Raducanu backhand. Into the form of Pegula on the stretch. Raducanu down the line. To the slice of Pegula. In comes Raducanu with the volley, but it hit the tape, went in. And then Pegula comes to the net. Raducanu. So Pegula on the baseline. Raducanu with the net. And then eventually Raducanu volleys it in the net. And it's 30-all. 30-all. If Davis Cup counts, so should Labour Cup. Yeah. Pegula was in similar position also against Noskova and Bad on Berg semis and won the match. There you go. There you go. John still not loving Raducanu. All right. Also, I think the roof might be shut in Tokyo. Are we playing indoors? Are we inside? Are we playing inside? I didn't see the Fritz match. Are we inside? It looks like the roof is shut. Does that make a difference? I don't know. 30-all. Is it a fault from Raducanu? Second serve. I don't think it makes a difference. All right, 30-all. Raducanu trying to keep this break. As a return goes to Raducanu. Forehand out from Pegula. Into the slice of Raducanu. Pegula backhand. Raducanu gets it, but it hits it in the net. 30-40. Pegula to get back on serve. $30-40. 30-40. Is Pegula injured? No. 30-40. Backhand to backhand rally. As Raducanu shanks it wide. All right, we're back on serve. 2-all. Pegula's age is showing. How old is she? I think she's like 30. All right, we're back on serve. Low-ranked player should be banned. Very poor matches, special in men's section. What? What do you mean? What do you mean? Low-ranked players should be banned. That doesn't make any sense. Without them, we have no tennis. Like, what do you mean? Anyways, 2-0. As Pegula hits a winner, 15-love. All right, Alcaraz and Ruud are about to kick off. Winner plays Fritz, who beat Brooksby earlier today. Is the roof open or am I? It's open, right? Did they open the roof? Am I blind? Their roof is open, right? Did they open the roof? I can't tell. The roof is open, right? Maybe they... I don't know. I think the roof is open. I think it's open. Anyway, 15-0. As with a serve from Pegula. Into the forehand of Raducanu. Pegula forehand into the net. 15-30. Chance for Raducanu to get the break again. 15-30. Hands it a backhand rally. Rodano again with a backhand from Pegula. Pegula in the net. And Pegula throws her racket into the ground. 15-40. Yeah, Pegula's not playing as well as we know she can. Raducanu is putting on a lot of pressure though, so... But Pegula is not playing as well as she should. All right, Ruud walks out first. As Pegula hits a backhand winner, that's better. 30-40. Yeah, Emma's forcing a lot of errors out of Pegula for sure. 30-40. Still break point for Raducanu as she comes to the net. Pegula with the pass. Raducanu with the volley in the net. And we get the deuce. Chat. I don't think it's going to happen. But could Ruud beat Alcaraz tonight? Could that happen? I don't know how it happens, but could it happen? I mean, Ruud's no slouch. I think Ruud gets underestimated a lot, but not today, right? I mean, today he's playing Alcaraz, right? It's not... Or are we underestimating Ruud and he's going to beat Alcaraz and we're going to be like, what the hell? I think you're tweaking? Maybe. Maybe I am. Anyways, Pegula with the advantage, but Raducanu with good defense gets back to deuce. Great offense. Gets back to deuce. Raducanu, lovely slice backhand winner. Even Pegula gave that a round of applause. All right, deuce. I think it'll be a close match. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, Alcaraz should win. But Ruud shouldn't be underestimated. By the way, the lady who's tossing the coin is tiny. Especially next to the players. Anyways, advantage Pegula. She must be famous or something. Is she a famous person? Does anyone know? Is she like a famous actress or something? I don't know. I went to Japan for like 4 days. I didn't learn enough. Pegula hits it in the net. We get back to deuce. Hey, Linda, thank you for the 41 months. Appreciate it. All right, first serve is a fault, second serve. Pegula trying to just get in front. As the backhand goes in the front of Raducanu, forehand from Pegula. Into the front of Raducanu as Pegula forehand to the back of Raducanu. Into the slice of Pegula. Raducanu forehand cross court in the net to advantage Pegula. Advantage Pegula. All right, serving to the back end of Rodano. Pegula forehand in the net, back to deuce. Alcaraz and Ruud. By the way, Ruud won their last match in Turin last year. 4-1 in favor of Alcaraz, but the last match they played was a Ruud win. They also played the US Open 2022, where it was a very close 4 sets. And the third set could have gone to Ruud, which would have meant he would have gone up 2-1 in that final. But Alcaraz clutched and won his first Grand Slam. So Ruud has been competitive against Alcaraz in the past on hard courts. So that's fun. But he also hasn't played this Alcaraz. This ridiculous leveled Alcaraz. That, like, how do you beat this guy? If he's not playing bad, how do you beat him? Like, if your only hope is that he doesn't play well, good luck. All right, advantage Pegula to get the lead in the second. Serving the back of Raducanu. Pegula forehand into the back of Raducanu. It's Pegula backhand. Into the back of Raducanu. It's Pegula with the forehand cross court. Raducanu down the line. Pegula gets it. Raducanu backhand. It goes long. And finally, Pegula holds. She takes the lead 3-2. 3-2. Pegula in the second. Ruud is trying to qualify for the ATP Finals as well this week. Or at least not this week, but in general. He is currently number 11 in the race to finals. You could say he's actually number 9 because both Djokovic and Draper are not going to play. So Ruud is sort of on the cusp of ATP Finals. If he does win this title, that'll go a long way. It's hard though because the difference between like 8 and 9, if you keep Djokovic in there, is like 600 points. So because Musetti, Demon or Shelton have all done really, really well this year. And FAA's done okay, but only recently. Ruud, Rublev, Bublik, Runa are all behind. But if Djokovic pulls out, then that number 8 spot is well and truly up for grabs. There's a lot of players that could take it. There's a lot of players that could take that number 8 spot. If Djokovic does withdraw. He hasn't officially withdrawn, and he's playing this week. So, but yeah. But currently, we only have Alcaraz and Sinner qualified. If Zverev does win Shanghai, he'll qualify. But yeah. All right, 3-2. On the women's side, by the way, Gauff, if she wins tomorrow, Gauff, she'll qualify. And if Anisimova can make the final, I think she'll qualify. So the WTA Finals race, we could have 4 spots locked up by the end of the week. And then you've got Keys, Andreeva, Pegula, Raducanu, Palini, who round out the 9, and then Alexandra Eala at 10. But she's a bit further behind. So yeah, it's going to be a real battle for those last few spots. Probably between Raducanu and Palini, it seems like. Those are the two that are going to be battling it out. Because remember, we've only got one more big tournament left. And with Raducanu losing this week and Palini still alive, Palini's got a good chance of taking that number 8 spot going into Wuhan. And then in Wuhan, it's almost the last event. Or at least it's the last big event before the WTA Finals. They're still going to play, though. There's some, you can play in, obviously, there's Tokyo and Osaka and stuff. You can go play that. All right. 15-0. Raducanu down 2-3. All right. Ruud serving first. I'm going to go Alcaraz and straights, but I'll tell you, I don't know what it is, but maybe I'm just tired. But Ruud doing something, I don't know. He's not going to do anything against the forehand because Alcaraz just smoked it. I don't know. I feel like underestimating Ruud is a bad idea. But also Alcaraz is playing ridiculous. I don't know. I'm still going Alcaraz and straights, but I don't like underestimating Casper Ruud. It seems like a bad idea. Anyway, slice from Alcaraz goes out, and it's 15-0. All right. 30-15 for Raducanu. As Pegula return, the forehand of Raducanu. Pegula backhand. Into the slice of Raducanu. Into the forehand of Pegula. Raducanu backhand goes wide. As she tries to go down the line. 30-0. Good serve from Ruud. 30-15. Jesus. A massive serve. 30-15. All right. 30-0. It's Raducanu with a good serve. Gets the 40-30. Hope you got the milestone. I've been waiting. Really missing your channel lately. Moved to better Wi-Fi. Hey, Linda, thank you for the 41 months. Appreciate that. Thanks for sticking around this long. 40-30 Raducanu. There's Alcaraz forehand again, just lethal. 30-0. Forehand now from Raducanu. The forehand of Pegula. Raducanu backhand. Into the backhand of Pegula is Raducanu. Again to the backhand of Pegula. To the backhand of Raducanu is Pegula. Again to the backhand of Raducanu. It's gone backhand to backhand at the moment. And then Raducanu down the line. Backhand is wide. And we get the deuce. As return goes in the net by Alcaraz. 40-30. All right, 40-30. As we get a forehand from Ruud into the forehand of Alcaraz. Ruud with the backhand. Again, the forehand of Alcaraz. And Alcaraz puts it away. Again, that forehand, man. It's the forehand. You got to stay away from the forehand. Sinner's better than Alcaraz. Sinner's better than Alcaraz. Sinner's better than Alcaraz. Nobody asked. All right, deuce on both courts. Raducanu serves. Down to see the backhand of Pegula. Forehand from Raducanu. Into the back of Pegula as Raducanu forehand again. Down the line's a winner. Beautiful shot, Raducanu. All right, advantage Raducanu. As Alcaraz forehand return goes long, and it's advantage Ruud. Advantage Ruud. As Raducanu gets the game, and it's 3-all. And Ruud hits it out, and we get back to deuce. All right, deuce. As Ruud serves again. First serve's a fault by Ruud. Second serve. Nice hitting there from Pegula. 15 love. As Alcaraz back in, down the line goes long. It's advantage Ruud. Advantage Ruud. As he serves to win the first game. Serving to the front of Alcaraz. Return goes long. All right, Ruud holds. 1 love. 1-0. All right, 40 love. Pegula to take the lead again. All right, Pegula holds. 4-3. All right, Alcaraz to serve. First serve is a fault. Second serve. Ooh. Second serve. Into the backhand of Ruud. Alcaraz forehand. Goes wide. Okay. I'll tell you this. This is interesting. If Alcaraz's forehand is ridiculous, right? But if Ruud can defend against it and try and make him hit a couple extra forehands, and Alcaraz starts to miss a couple, do you reckon that might work? As Alcaraz comes to net, Ruud with a pass, goes long. I mean, Ruud has to be flawless, right? He can't give away points. Any chance he gets to win a point, he has to take it. He has to be like 0 unforced errors, right? But if Ruud can defend well, and also with the spin that Ruud has on his forehand himself, he's actually got a pretty underrated spinny forehand. He's got Rafa top spin, but it's right-handed at times. If he's able to kick his forehand into the Alcaraz forehand, it might make him spray it. Alcaraz hitting forehands above his shoulder is going to be a lot harder for him to crush the ball and control it up here than it is normally. So I wonder if maybe Ruud, with his forehand, ripping it to the forehand of Alcaraz might actually be a good strategy. Now, I don't know how high it's going to bounce because of the court speeds, in the court surface, but if Ruud's able to really rip that forehand into Alcaraz and kick it up to above his shoulder, that could be interesting. Might be awkward for Alcaraz. By the way, great body serve, Alcaraz. 30-15. But we'll see. 30 all. As Alcaraz serves again. As Ruud in the net on the return, 40-30. Love 15 here. Pegula trying to get the break and serve for the second. Backhand Raducanu. Into the backhand Pegula. Raducanu can't get that one. Love 30. Nice hitting from Pegula. All right, love 30. All right, serve and volley from Alcaraz. And Ruud can't get it. Ridiculous drop volley by Alcaraz. Just, I mean... Like, just the touch that Alcaraz has at the net is insanity. Like that was... Man, I mean, like, it bounces sideways as well, so it's even harder for the opponent to get to it. Even the quickest player's not getting to that ball in time. All right, 1-0. 15-30 here, though, Raducanu. She's in a little trouble. 15-30 as Raducanu serves again. The topspin doesn't bother Sinner's forehand that much. That's because Sinner's taller. So Sinner, it's harder to hit it like above Sinner's shoulders. I'm pretty much like everybody else, trying to figure out if there's a way to actually beat Alcaraz when he's playing well. Nobody can figure it out. That's why he's number one. But I'm just throwing out ideas. What if Ruud rips some forehands that kick up high? Because Alcaraz is not 6'4". He's 6 foot, right? So if you are going to be able to spin that forehand high enough to either push Alcaraz back, as Ruud comes to the net, Alcaraz with a lovely lob. It's 30-15. Again, if Alcaraz starts to hit forehands above his shoulder, that's going to be harder for him to try and do what he does. But again, we're just trying to brainstorm. Just brainstorming it, like trying to figure it out. Like the rest of the world, right? Anyway, it's 40-30. Raducanu to level the second. Great love. Ruud was in a position to hit the smash. He just wasn't ready to move back for it. All right, backhand slice from Raducanu. Pegula backhand, the backhand of Raducanu. Pegula with the forehand again, the backhand of Raducanu. Into the forehand of Pegula. Raducanu forehand cross court. Pegula again to the forehand of Raducanu. Into the backhand of Pegula. Raducanu backhand slice. Pegula slices it back again, the backhand of Raducanu. Pegula again to the forehand of Raducanu. Into the slice of Pegula. Raducanu forehand again. Pegula's got it. Another forehand from Raducanu down the line. Great shot. Pegula gets there with the slice, but it's long. 4-4. Nice hold by Raducanu. All right, 40-15. Ruud to stay in front. 40-15. So the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Ruud down the line. Alcaraz backhand goes wide. All right, Ruud keeps his lead 2-1. All right. Back to Pegula. 4-4. 4-0. As Raducanu returns, the backhand of Pegula. Pegula hits a winner. And it's 15 love. All right, serving to the backhand of Raducanu. Backhand of Pegula. The slice of Raducanu. Volley from Pegula. Too good. 30 love. Ruud is already feeling overheated. He's already pouring water on his head. Ruud's already getting feeling warm. All right, 30 love. Serving to the back of Raducanu. Forehand from Pegula. Into the forehand of Raducanu. It's Pegula forehand on the stretch. Raducanu backhand down the middle. Slice goes back in by Pegula. Raducanu forehand to the forehand of Pegula, who hits a wide. Yeah, Pegula just missed it wide. 30-15. Emma's not winning. Well, she is winning. She's up to 6-3. 30-15. But if Raducanu wins, we know you're just going to disappear anyway, so can't even hold you to it. 30-15, Raducanu returns the forehand to Pegula. Raducanu backhand slice goes nowhere. 40-15. All right, Alcaraz serves. Into the backhand of Ruud. Alcaraz backhand goes wide. I'll tell you what, Alcaraz's backhand right now is not great. Love 15. His backhand is a little bit sloppy to start this match. I'm sure it will improve, but... All right, Pegula holds 5-4. All right. Love 15 is going to return from Ruud. Alcaraz with a drop shot. Ruud's going to get there with a slice. Then Alcaraz forehand lob. Ruud with a backhand smash. Goes long. All right, 15 all. Fifteen all. A bit of fault from Alcaraz. Second serve. As Ruud hits the return, but Alcaraz makes the error. 15-30. All right. Alcaraz with a fault. Second serve. Try to kick it out to the backhand of Ruud. Didn't work. Second serve. Serve to the backhand of Ruud. Return goes into the forehand of Alcaraz. Ruud backhand, forehand. Again to the forehand of Alcaraz. Now Ruud with a forehand. Again to the forehand of Alcaraz, but Ruud overhits it. 30 all. All right, Raducanu serving to stay in the second. All right, 30 all. Backhand to backhand rally. Good shot from Ruud. Slice by Alcaraz, and then Ruud goes down the line. Alcaraz puts up a lob. Ruud with a smash. Not good enough. And then Alcaraz with a lovely lob. And it goes in. I mean, Ruud... Alcaraz is laughing. 40-30. Ridiculous. Like, Ruud played a decent point, and Alcaraz still just... I mean, the lob hit the back of the line, but it's not lucky. He meant it. 40-30. Ruud played a good point. He just didn't do enough with the volley. Anyways, Pegula in the net, 15-0. Crazy. Just Alcaraz being crazy, you know. Another day, another Alcaraz ridiculous rally. Then he serves an ace, 2-0. Two all. Now, let's see what Raducanu can do if she can avoid a third set. As that goes in the net by Pegula, 30-15. $30-15. And Raducanu serves again. .30. There's Rodano under a bit of pressure now. .30. Rodano serves a fault, second serve. All right, Alcaraz love 30. Love 30. As Raducanu serves a 30-0. And for Pegula. Pegula hits it out. 40-30. Uh, 40-30, Raducanu. To level the second. Serve out wide. The back of Pegula. Return goes in. Raducanu forehand winner. All right, 5-5. Raducanu holds. Keeps the pressure on Pegula to keep this match alive. 15-30. Ruud trying not to get broken as that goes out by Alcaraz on the return. 30-0. 30-0. As Ruud serves again. The backhand of Alcaraz, but it's a let. All right, 30-0. As Ruud hits a slice. Alcaraz comes in with a slice backhand, but he just missed it. And it's 40-30 Ruud to stay in front as with a backhand from Pegula into the backhand of Raducanu. Pegula on the stretch. Raducanu's there with a backhand cross court. Pegula with a backhand pass. Raducanu volleys it away. Good rally. 30-15. 40-30, Ruud to stay in front as he crushes the forehand but hits in the net. Deuce. Now, Ruud had an easy shot, but he just tried to hit it way too hard. Smash it straight into the ground, or straight into the net. 40-15 here, Pegula to take a 6-5 lead. Potapova wins, cool. 40-15, Pegula to get the lead again. She serves a fault, second serve. As Alcaraz returns the backhand of Ruud, backhand of Alcaraz to the backhand of Ruud. Alcaraz forehand, again the backhand of Ruud. Into the backhand of Alcaraz, Ruud with a forehand. Into the forehand of Alcaraz, now Ruud with a forehand down the line. Alcaraz gets with the backhand. Ruud hits the backhand long, though. Yeah, you can't afford to do that. It's crazy because, like, it's almost as if as soon as Ruud has a chance to hit any sort of a winner, he's got to hit it. Like, there was, like, a glimpse of a shot down the line on the backhand in that last point, in that last shot that he hit long. Instead of hitting it backhand down the middle long, just go backhand down the line, rip it. And if it goes out anyway, who cares? I mean, that's what where we're at the moment playing Alcaraz. You just got to redline it. Like, you just got to do that. Like, Ruud going, oh, I'm just going to get back in the rally is not going to cut it. He's better off just trying to hit that winner down the line. And if you miss, you miss, right? I mean, At least you miss on your terms. Backhand from Ruud into the slice of Alcaraz. Now Ruud with a forehand cross court. Alcaraz goes forehand, but long. Okay, another error on that forehand. Alcaraz is making a couple of weird shots, like spraying a couple of those forehands. All right, Raducanu trying to get to a tiebreak in the second set. All right, deuce. As Ruud serves again. Into the back of Alcaraz. Return goes wide. And Ruud gets to advantage. Advantage Ruud. Stay in front. There's two players that I want to see play Alcaraz before the end of this year. One of them is Shelton and one of them is Runa. As Ruud hits a drop shot off the tape, Alcaraz gets a back dough. Ruud with a slice down the line, goes long. Ruud's mistake was not coming to the net. All right, advantage disappears. Back to deuce. I want to see Shelton play Alcaraz, and I want to see Runa play Alcaraz. Those are the two guys that I want to see play Alcaraz before the end of this season. Because I think both of them this year have shown that they can push Alcaraz. But also I want to see, because it's like Alcaraz has gotten so much better since they played him last time they played him, right? So I'd love to see those guys get another shot at Alcaraz. This version of Alcaraz, this better version. And then we can really see, you know, well, if those guys can't trouble Alcaraz, then Alcaraz is even better than... I mean, we already think he's the best, right? But as Alcaraz hits a backhand volley on the line, as Ruud was going for a drop shot, I don't know what he was doing. He was running for a drop shot. Ruud was running the wrong way. Advantage, back to deuce. No, advantage Alcaraz, my bad. Advantage Alcaraz to get the break. Raducanu serving to get to a tiebreak. There's a bit of forehand now from Raducanu down the line. The backhand slice of Pegula. Raducanu comes in, puts it away. 30 love. Advantage Alcaraz to get the break. As Ruud serves a fault. Second serve. Second serve. To the forehand of Alcaraz. Back in a Ruud. Alcaraz forehand down the line. Just missed. Ruud survives. Barely. He barely survives. All right, back to deuce. Raducanu, 40 love. She hits it in the net. 40-15. My guess is Shelton's over the season. He's literally playing next week. Shelton's playing Shanghai. Ruud serves an ace. That is gold. Advantage Ruud. All right, Raducanu to get the tiebreak. 40-15. Yeah, Alcaraz's forehand is a little bit off today. A little bit. But it could get better. Like, to start the match, his forehand is not as good as it has been, but he's still going for it, and it's only just missing, so I wouldn't say that he's having a bad day on the forehand yet. It's way too early. He's crushing that forehand. He's just missing slightly. As he hits that back in the net, Alcaraz, and it's 3-2 Ruud. I don't know how Ruud's still in front. He is staying in front, just. All right, 30, what is it, 3-2? All right, 40-30, by the way. Pegula in the net. And Raducanu gets to the tiebreak in the second. Can she get it done in straights? Raducanu's on 12 out of 18 tiebreaks this year. Nice. All right. Yeah, Hurkacz is done for the year. So is Draper. I think Dimitrov might be as well. Haddad Maya, Collins, Svitolina. Yeah. I think Ons is also out as well. Jabeur, right? As that backhand goes wide by Raducanu, and it's 1-love Pegula. 1-0 Pegula. Are there chat guidelines anywhere? Yeah, why? Someone making a mess. All right. As Pegula gets the mini break. Raducanu hits the backhand wide. 2-love. 2-0. All right. 2-1. Raducanu on the board. As Pegula with the mini break. 2-1. As Raducanu hits a winner. 2-0. We're back on serve. 2-0. 2-2. Alcaraz comes to the net, by the way. 15-love as he hits a volley away. Again, Ruud's got it. Like, I feel like something that... I mean, okay, how does Ruud play out of his skin? I feel like down-the-line backhands are something that Ruud doesn't do. He's got to do that. Because that one-handed slice backhand cross-court when Alcaraz at the net is never going to cut it. Like, Alcaraz is not missing that shot. So you've got to just rip a two-handed down the line. And maybe Alcaraz gets that too, but you've just got to do that. As Ruud hits a winner 30-15. Anyways, 3-2 Raducanu. Because, okay, also, you got to remember, when playing Alcaraz now, it's not so much like, what do you have to do against Alcaraz to beat him? Like, just backhand down the line win against Alcaraz? Well, no. Not everyone can just do that and expect to win. But the players that do something that Alcaraz is not expecting, right? As Raducanu gets a 4-2, they change ends. So it's not so much that a down-the-line backhand beats Alcaraz. It's that Ruud doing that when Alcaraz is thinking, oh, he's just going to hit it cross-court like always, and then you surprise him because you do something different, which is what Fritz did in Laver Cup, right? The first couple of games, Fritz was playing different, and Alcaraz was like, hang on, my game plan was for you for when we played at Wimbledon, not this. Who the hell is this guy, right? As Ruud hits a backhand winner down the line. All right, 40-30. You know what I mean? Like, Alcaraz is coming out here going, okay, I'm playing this guy, and these are the strategies, and this is the game that you play. If you play a different game, Alcaraz isn't ready for that guy. So he's just got to rip backhands down the line, which is not what Alcaraz will be expecting from Ruud. Now, if he's playing someone like a Runa or a Sinner, Alcaraz would be expecting that. So he'd be ready for that, and he'd be able to compete that and against that, right? But for Ruud, going down the line with a backhand is not his thing. So Alcaraz is not going to be expecting it. So Ruud's got to do it. And he might miss. But he's going to lose if he doesn't do it. You know what I mean? Same with that. It's the same thing with Fritz, right? Fritz doesn't go down the line backhands. But when he did, look what happened. Anyways, 5-2. Raducanu is 2 points away from the win here. Which will be her second top 10 win of the year. And her best win of the year. 5-3 Raducanu. Pegula serving. As Pegula serves a fault. Second serve. Second serve is Pegula. Hits a fault. First serve was a let. Second serve was a fault. Third serve, as Ruud wins a point, 15-love. Serve to the forehand, Raducanu. Return goes back into Pegula. Raducanu backhand into the net. 5-4. Raducanu's going to serve the match. By the way, Ruud is doing a good job at hitting angles. That last rally, angled cross-court backhands, very effective. That was a good strategy. But that's to push Alcaraz wide enough so then he can go down the line. If he needs to, right? To get Alcaraz out of the way. So that he can open the court for that winner. All right, Raducanu serving for this match. 5-4. Element of surprise, exactly. All right, serve Raducanu. Nope. Raducanu serves the back of Pegula, but it's a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Double fault, Raducanu. 5-5. You can tell she's nervous. You know, she knows this is a big opportunity. Huge win on the cards. 5-5. Still on Raducanu's serve, though. Alcaraz hits a backhand winner down the line. He must have heard me. 15-30. Anyway, serve from Raducanu with the forehand. Pegula return. The backhand of Raducanu. Pegula. Slice. There's Raducanu backhand down the line. Great shot. Match point, Raducanu. 6-5. But it's on Pegula's serve, and Raducanu is looking stressed. She is looking stressed. She is breathing very heavy. And she is looking nervous, but she has a match point. All right, Pegula to serve, though. As Pegula serves a fault. Ruud's down break points, by the way, 15-40. All right, second serve, Pegula. Into the back of Raducanu. Great return. Pegula goes down the line for a winner, though. That's just too good. 6-6. Raducanu hit a good return. Pegula just was there and ready to go. Great backhand from Pegula. Anyways, Ruud hits it down the line. Alcaraz on the stretch. Ruud backhand cross court. Alcaraz is there with a pass. Ruud with a volley. Alcaraz is going to get there because... No, he's not. Oh, he didn't get there. He didn't get there. What was that? 30-40. Ruud saves one. Just so he can get there. It's weird. It's usually the opposite where I'm like, oh, Alcaraz doesn't get there and he wins a point. Anyways, still break point for Ruud. For Alcaraz against Ruud. All right, Raducanu, though, just had a match point. And now, Pegula with a great serve gets a set point. 7-6 Pegula. Nice serving Ruud. Back to deuce. All right, Raducanu down set point. She serves. To the forehand, Pegula. Raducanu forehand. Into the backhand of Pegula is Raducanu. Forehand again. To the backhand of Pegula is Raducanu. Forehand cross court. Pegula gets on the stretch. Raducanu down the line. Pegula's there with the backhand. Raducanu forehand again. As Pegula slices it. Raducanu comes in. Puts it away. 7-all. Both of these ladies are playing so well under pressure. At least when they're down set point. They've been playing really good points. 7-all. Ruud trying to stay in front. As Alcaraz backhand down the line. Goes long. Alcaraz is spraying a little bit today. Advantage Ruud. Advantage Ruud. To stay in front. Alcaraz had a lot of chances. To break Ruud. And he hasn't taken any of them. That's got to be annoying. Anyway, 7-all. 7 the front of Pegula. Pegula in the net. 8-7 Raducanu. Match point number 2. All right. Match point number 2 as Pegula serves. As into the backhand, but it's a fault. Ruud holds, by the way. Good hold. 4-3. All right. Second serve, Pegula. Match point 2 for Raducanu. Second serve into the back of Raducanu. Pegula backhand down the line. Hit the tape. Goes in. Raducanu forehand inside out. Comes to the net. Pegula passing shot winner. Raducanu is just trying to get an error out of Pegula. Just waiting for an error. She's not going for the win, Raducanu. And Pegula is too solid. And Raducanu just said a bad word. At all. She said, fa la 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 la. 8-all. Raducanu just played a little safe. As Pegula hits a serve down the tee, Raducanu gets it back. 4-4 rally. As Pegula down the line, Raducanu's there with the backhand. Into the backhand of Pegula. Raducanu sliced. Pegula comes to the net with a volley. Raducanu's got it. And Pegula volleys it. Wide! Wait! It was wide? No. Yes. No. Yes. Pegula hit it wide. 9-8 Raducanu. The volley went wide. That was an opportunity for Pegula. She had the shot. Match point number 3, but this one's on Raducanu's serve. Raducanu's just thinking, give me an ace. Come on. Just one serve. And make her shank the return or something. There's one big serve needed for the best win of her season so far. Raducanu serves. Down the tee, the forehand of Pegula. Return goes in the back of Raducanu. She shanks it. It goes in. Pegula forehand is a moon ball. Into the backhand of Raducanu. Pegula with a forehand. Cross court. Raducanu gets it. Pegula forehand. Cross court again. Raducanu gets it. And hits it. Out. 9-all. They change ends. 3 match points saved. Not much. I mean, Raducanu was... That was a tough rally. Pegula again, just under pressure is ridiculous. All right, Raducanu still got a serve though, 9-all. As Alcaraz serving volleys, Ruud with a pass. Was that in? Was that in? Yes. What a shot by Ruud. Holy shit. 15-all. All right, Casper. I'm sorry that I underestimated your forehand. That's not true. I didn't underestimate. You did. That was you. You underestimated it. I told you his forehand was good. He did Alcaraz to Alcaraz. What the hell? Anyways, 9-all. Raducanu serves. That's a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Oh, Ruud with a forehand lob. Oh, okay. Raducanu serving to the forehand of Pegula. Forehand of Raducanu on the net. 10-9 to Pegula. Ruud's hit 2 great forehands, and Alcaraz is in a little trouble. What a lob. 15-30. All right, 10-9. Pegula, set point on her serve. She saved 3 match points already. Pegula to take it to a third. Backhand return, Raducanu to the backhand of Pegula. Raducanu, forehand inside out, goes wide. We're going 3. Pegula survives. Let's hope Raducanu's not thinking about Krejcikova of a match. We're going 3. Ruud's got set break points. Hello? 15-40. Alcaraz serves. What's going on? Alcaraz serves. A fault. Second serve. Into the backhand of Ruud. He's standing really far back. Alcaraz's forehand goes long. What is that forehand? Ruud breaks! Five, 3. 2 forehands by Ruud and an error by Alcaraz. That's what that took. What the hell? 5-3. Casper Ruud's going to serve for the set. Huh? All right, Ruud serves. Alcaraz returns it short. Ruud comes to the net, but hits it long. All right, not over yet. Alcaraz is still in the set. Don't worry about it. Love 15. All right, love 15. As Ruud serves again. Into the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand from Ruud. As Alcaraz crushes a forehand, but he hits a wide. Jeez, Alcaraz's forehand is not working. 15-0. His forehand is flying all over the place. 15-0. Ruud serves again. Into the back of Alcaraz. Forehand from Ruud is a winner. This top spin. It's the spin. What did I tell you about Ruud's spin? The top spin crushes it. 30-15. It's that top spin of Casper Ruud. Rips it for a winner. 30-15. As Ruud hits a great serve again, and Alcaraz is getting angry. He's yelling at himself. Oh, Alcaraz is pissed at himself. He is getting annoyed. 40-15. Where's that guy that said Alcaraz plays better when he's angry? Wrong? He's playing terrible. 40-15. Ruud with the set points. Back in Alcaraz. That goes out. Ruud wins the first. Where are we? Hello? Hello, where are we? All right. First set in the bag to Casper Ruud. Okay. Cool. Alcaraz's forehand is not the same. By the way, Alcaraz had 4 break points, didn't convert any. Ruud had 1. Ruud had 1. Cam is so annoying. Then go away. Go away. You're not. Why are you here? You don't have to be here. This is not school and this is not mandatory. Go away. How weird is it to watch something that you don't like? So stupid. Come on. You can watch something else. Go away. All right, love 30. Has got a double fault from Rodano. Love 40. Leave. All right, love 40. Chance for Pegula to break. Raducanu's got to snap out of thinking about matches that happened in the past. As you hit the forehand in the middle for a winner, 15-30. All right, 15-30. All right. By the way, this is where Alcaraz is going to start like going nuts. So Ruud needs to prepare. He needs to be ready for this. Because Alcaraz, Ruud's got to play like he lost the first set. He's got to. Alcaraz is going to get crazy. Ruud with a lovely backhand winner though. If Ruud drops his level, it's we're going to a third in like 20 minutes. We're going 3 in 20 minutes. If Ruud doesn't stay alive, he's got to stay awake. No, 30-40. Still break point for Pegula. First game of the second. Sorry, the third. All right, 30-40. Alcaraz puts away the forehand. It's 15-0. All right, Raducanu serves again. 30-40. 30-40. Is it a backhand rally? Raducanu into the forehand of Pegula. Raducanu forehand. Again to the forehand of Pegula. Raducanu again to the backhand of Pegula. Into the forehand now of Raducanu. Forehand of Pegula. Again, the backhand of Raducanu is Pegula forehand cross court. Raducanu gets it. Pegula goes down the line. Raducanu's there with the backhand. Pegula with the drop shot is a winner. Raducanu doesn't even run to it. All right. 30-40, and it's break, and it's Pegula with a 1-love lead in the third. And, by the way, Alcaraz forehand again, but Ruud too good. Great forehand from Ruud. 15-30. 15-30. Alcaraz serves. Into the backhand of Ruud. Serve and volley. Alcaraz. Good pickup. Ruud can't get that. This is too good. 30-all. 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 As Alcaraz serves again. As Ruud returns the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand of Ruud. Into the backhand of Alcaraz. Ruud backhand again. Alcaraz there with the forehand cross court. Ruud gets it. Alcaraz backhand into the slice of Ruud. Alcaraz comes in with a volley. Ruud's going to get the drop volley back. Slice cross court, but Alcaraz down the line in the nets. Good hands by Ruud. And he's got a break point. Ruud 30-40. I'll tell you this, chat. Again, we're grasping at straws to figure out how to beat Alcaraz. Because usually it's based on what he does. But I'll tell you, when Alcaraz is playing, when he feels like he's playing better than the other guy, but he's losing, that gets into his head. There's been a lot of matches over the time where Alcaraz has been better and playing better than his opponent, but he's down. And remember, what was it? Was it 2023 US Open semis against Medvedev? He was better in the first couple of sets, but then he was losing. And he was getting angry. So, I mean, it's so hard to just try and hang on, right? But that's what Ruud did in that first set. He just hung on, saved the break points when he needed to. And then when Alcaraz didn't take his chances and Ruud did, Alcaraz started to get pissed. And at least that's how the first set happened anyway. Forehand to forehand rally, Alcaraz puts that away. But Ruud's got to keep it together now. Otherwise, Alcaraz is going to forget about the first set in 20 minutes and we're going to go 3. So Ruud's got to hang on. 40-15, by the way. Pegula to try and take the game, and she does. 2-love. 2-love. You make tennis exciting for those who can't watch. Thank you. No worries. All right. Alcaraz holds 1-love in the second. All right. 2-love Pegula. It's Raducanu tries to hold and get on the board here in the final set. This now becomes a physical battle for Raducanu because we know that Pegula can go all day. Raducanu, I mean, mentally and physically, this is going to be a huge battle for Raducanu. But it also becomes a huge physical battle because we're over 2 hours and Pegula is not going to break physically. And with those match points, that just adds to the pain, right? So Raducanu has to hold here. This is a must-hold game. 15-0. All right, double fault from Ruud. Love 15. As Raducanu serves. A fault, second serve. As the return goes to forehand of Raducanu. Raducanu hits it out. 15-30. Chance for Pegula for the double break. Ruud hits it out, love 30. This is terrible for Ruud. He can't do this. All right, return goes to the forehand of Raducanu. Forehand from Pegula. Raducanu down the line. Pegula with the backhand cross court. Raducanu gets it. Pegula backhand again. Is a winner. Raducanu's not running for everything anymore. 15-40. Yeah, Raducanu looks spent. 15-40. Also, love 40 for Alcaraz. Now, Raducanu serves. And ace down the tee. That's one. 30-40. Good serve from Ruud. He saves one as well. 15-40. Ruud with a serve. As the return goes in from Alcaraz, the backhand of Ruud. Alcaraz to the forehand of Ruud. Again, the forehand of Alcaraz. Ruud with the forehand of the stretch. Alcaraz in control. Gets the break finally. 2-love. Ruud just snoozed. And Pegula also breaks. Double break, 3-love. Pegula in the second. Some people are saying that Alcaraz is injured in the chat. Is he feeling injured today? Alcaraz has an injury, yeah, but that's not why he's losing. Alcaraz has an ankle has had an ankle problem all week, but it's not affecting his play today. Like I'm watching, Alcaraz looks normal today. He doesn't look like he's hurt at all. But yeah, he did get injured at the start of the week, and it has affected him at times this week. But no, I wouldn't. That's not why he lost the first set. He lost the first set because he didn't take his chances, and Ruud did. And Ruud maybe surprised him a little bit at how good he was playing. All right, Alcaraz though, 2-love. Hits a drop shot. Ruud gets it back, but it's wide. 15-love. And Pegula, who saved 3 match points in the second set tiebreak, is now 3-love in the third with a double break. Nice serve by Alcaraz. 30-love. 30-love. Alcaraz serves again. Another ace. 40-love. All right, let's just get to the third set. Is Cam an Alcaraz fanboy? Yes. 40-love. 40-love is Alcaraz with another great serve, and it's 3-love. Love. Alcaraz in the second. In the blink of an eye. 15-0. Raducanu trying to get one of these breaks back. She has to if she's any chance of winning this match. She has to break back now. At least one break. She's got to get one of these breaks back now. 15-0. Serve to the forehand of Raducanu. Return goes to the forehand of Pegula. Raducanu backhand. Slice. Into the forehand of Pegula. Pegula hits a win up. Yeah, Raducanu's not running for everything. She stopped running. 30-15. Raducanu can't again become the number one or even a great player if she remains playing like this with mentality. I mean, I disagree. All right, 30-15. Serving to the 40. Raducanu return is long. 40-15. It's funny because, like, at the start of the day, there was a lot more people that were like, oh, Raducanu's got no chance. And now those same people are like, oh, I can't believe she lost it. You're like, bro, those same people weren't giving her a shot at the start of the day. So, like, now you're like, oh, she should have won. Like, no. Be consistent. For love. If you told me at the start of the day Raducanu will have match points against Pegula but lose, I would have said that's still a decent result for Raducanu. To come within this close to beating the number 7 in the world, I think that's a pretty good effort. Yeah, okay, it sucks that she's done it twice now where she's had match points and she's lost to Krejcikova and Raducanu, and Pegula, right, if she loses. But if you told me at the start of the day she'll have 3 match points against Pegula but lose, I would have said, okay, that's not a bad result. It sucks, but it's also better than having 3 match points against a qualifier and losing. Right? You're losing to a top 10 player. Pegula's super stubborn too. It's not like she's losing to a random. Disappointing, yes, but still a great result for Raducanu. And that's her next step. That's what next year will be. This year was about getting her ranking up. She's close, she's seeded, right, at these kind of tournaments, top 30. Next will be figuring out how to beat that top 10 because that's what's stopping her at the moment. Is Raducanu coming up against these Grand Slam champions, top 10 players consistently. She can figure that out. That's when she'll get to top 20. That's when she'll get to the quarterfinals of these tournaments, right? But again, even though this is not a great, like this is a tough loss. It's not a bad loss. 15-0. Because she's this close. She was this close. She's been this close to beating some of these great players. She was this close against Sabalenka the other week as well, remember? When she took it to a tiebreak. So again, Pegula's, and I'm sure she'll say as much. Sorry, not Pegula, Raducanu. I'm sure Raducanu will say as much in the press conference. She'll be like, this sucks, but the fact that I am in these matches with these players is a positive sign. As with a backhand rally, Pegula now with a forehand from Raducanu. Raducanu, it's a winner, 30-0. She hasn't lost yet, true, but also Pegula's doesn't give away these leads much. 30-0. All right, Ruud trying to get on the board here in the second, 40-15. All right, Ruud holds. 3-1 Alcaraz in the second. As Raducanu forehand with Pegula, but Raducanu overhits it. 30-40. Pegula to take a 5-love lead and serve the match. $30-40. It shows how mentally strong Pegula is as well. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Pegula is she is underrated. Her and Ruud, very underrated. For sure. 30-40. As Raducanu serves again. Into the back of Pegula. Good return. Raducanu forehand on the stretch. Goes out. Pegula, 5-love. She is going to serve for the match and to play Kostruk in a couple of days and avoid what would have been an upset. This would have been an upset. All right. Ruud's down break in the second, 3-1. As Ruud hits a slice in the net. 30-love. All right, 30-love. All right, 40-love Alcaraz. I can see tears in Cam's eyes. Oh, bro, you don't even know. You don't even know. I am so devastated. I haven't been this sad in weeks. 40 love. As we serve out wide, the backhand of Ruud. Ruud hits a wide. 4-1 Alcaraz. He is cruising now. All right. 4-1 in 20 minutes in the second set, Alcaraz. All right. Pegula's going to serve the match to get back to a fourth round of a 1,000. And again, I mean, we said this at the start of the match too. Pegula Raducanu is such a cool matchup. Like they've only ever played really good matches. It's never, the 4 times they've played, 3 of them have been 3-setters. It's a good matchup. They played an epic in Miami. This one was probably the best match, the best matchup, or the most dramatic match they've ever played. Pegula Raducanu is a fun match. 15 love. 7 to the 4 to Raducanu. 4 from Pegula. Goes wide. 15 all. $15 all. And ace down the tee from Pegula, 30-15. Emma desperately needs a sports psychologist. All right, so you've pressed the nuclear option. Cool. Love that for you. You've gone the most radical option. Off, 2 losses? As we slice now to the forehand of Pegula, and Pegula hits a wide 30-all. I don't think she needs a sports psychologist. I mean, she probably already has one. They all have them. They just don't bring them on tour every day. Because that's expensive. 30-all. As Pegula serves. Into the back of Raducanu, back into Pegula. Into the back of Raducanu, but she hits it in the net. Match point, Pegula, 40-30. To get out of this one alive. To keep her Shanghai hopes alive. Oh, sorry, her Beijing hopes alive. Shanghai's next week. Alcaraz with the tweener, but it's straight to Ruud at the net. 30 love. As Pegula serves. A fault. Second serve. Second serve. Into the back of Rodano. Good return winner. We get the deuce. I love it how Raducanu haters are giving out advice. The people that don't like Raducanu are giving her advice. Good one. His first has a fold. She should fire her coach. Okay, good one. Good one. All right, deuce. Backhand return. Into the slice of Pegula. 4-1 for Raducanu. Into the back of Pegula. Lob goes up. Raducanu puts away the smash, though. And she gets a break back point. All right. Advantage Raducanu to get back on serve. Or to get one of the... We're a long way away from back on serve. To get one of the breaks back. All right. Advantage Raducanu. As Pegula serves a fault second serve. Ruud holds, by the way. 4-2 Alcaraz with the break in the second. 7 to 4 to Raducanu. Return goes long. All right, deuce. We get the deuce. By the way, winner of Ruud versus Alcaraz will take on Fritz tomorrow in the final. Advantage Pegula. Emma will always be the bridesmaid, never the bride. She literally won a Grand Slam. She's already been the bride. What do you mean? I don't think you know what that term is. That's okay, though. Pegula serves. A fault. Second serve. Raducanu could retire tomorrow, and I think she'd be fine. She'd be happy. She'd be like, I won a Grand Slam. What do you want? She did something at tennis that most players don't even get the chance to do. As that goes down, the return from Raducanu, Pegula wins. She survives. 3 match points saved. She gets it done in 3. Raducanu just ran out of gas, and probably disappointment on Raducanu's part for not converting the match points in the tie break. So you can put it down to both mental and physical fatigue. But Pegula, man, she is. I mean, we underestimate her. A lot of people underestimate her. And I know, look, Raducanu fans that pretend like they don't like her and they just like, but they watch everything she does because they're weird like that. They're going to say like, oh, bagel. All right, oh, bagel. But Raducanu, if you are a fan of Raducanu, she's had a very good season. She's only losing to top 10 players recently or Grand Slam champions. And not to mention, she's not getting smoked by them. It's not like she gets to the top 10 players and she loses love and love, right? Yeah, Swiatek did that once. But, or not love and love, but, love and one. But Raducanu's year has been very solid. And yeah, there's been some disappointing losses. She lost to Krejcikova with match points. She lost to Pegula today with match points. She obviously had Sabalenka on the ropes in Cincinnati where she had a chance to win, but she couldn't take it. But again, it's not been a bad year at all. She's currently, 32 in the world? And if she, next year, gets those opportunities and she takes them, it'll be she'll go from 30 to 20. That's going to be the difference. If she can convert some of those matches that she had opportunities and she lost, those are going to be the turning point to take her from 30 to 20 and in the top 20. So she's not far away. She's played a lot of top 10 players this year. She's only won the one match against top 10, but she's had opportunities to play top 10. Most players probably have played top 10 players 3 times, maybe, right? So the fact that she's only being stopped by the best players in the world, it's not a bad year. Disappointing result today, but still shouldn't be. It's anyone who's going to judge Raducanu on the last 2 losses she's had, or even the losses she's had in general, are not looking hard enough. They're just looking at the surface and going, "Oh, match points lost, boo." Yeah, who to though, right? So yeah. Anyways, we're going to merge the streams because Alcaraz is about to win the second to take us to a third. So if you want to keep watching Alcaraz Ruud, which you should because it's interesting. I want to see how Ruud deals with the third set because Alcaraz is just going nuts in the second. And Ruud is he's hanging on. He's hanging on. And he has to serve first in the third, Ruud. So he's got to win this game here. Make Alcaraz serve for the set. But Pegula comes back from the dead. Saves 3 match points. Wins the 6-love third set. She's in the 4th round. She'll take on Kostyuk in a couple of days. But Pegula wins in 3. All right. Alcaraz Ruud in the second. Let's see who can play Fritz in the final tomorrow. I tell you what, though, Fritz would be watching this and thinking, okay, well, I did beat Alcaraz a couple of weeks ago, so maybe if I play this guy tomorrow, this Alcaraz tomorrow, maybe I've got another chance of doing it again. I don't know how that's going to work, but we'll see. 15-love Ruud. As Ruud serves again. Backhand Ruud down the line to the forehand of Alcaraz. He shanks it wide. It's 30-love. 30-love. All right. All right. $40 love. You're looking so handsome today, Cam. Thank you. Appreciate that. I needed that. All right, $40 love. As Ruud serves again. Into the backhand of Alcaraz. Alcaraz is wide. Okay, Ruud does his job. 5-3. Alcaraz is going to serve the second. All right, 5-3. Alcaraz to take the second. You think Fritz is a blueprint if he gets Alcaraz again? Okay. We'll go through in a second. 15 love. Good serve. Okay, so Fritz beats Alcaraz at the Laver Cup playing a certain style. The problem for Fritz is Alcaraz knows. He now knows. He knows what Fritz is going to try and do. The element of surprise is gone, right? If Fritz does what he did against Alcaraz, or if Fritz plays the way he did against Alcaraz a couple of weeks ago, it's not going to be the same effect because Alcaraz is going to see it coming now. He's going to realize, okay, I'm going to have to deal with this, and that. So the element of surprise is gone. So that's where Alcaraz will... It'll be interesting to see if they do play. It'll be interesting to see if how much Alcaraz has learned from that match, right? Because we're all just thinking, oh, well, Fritz beats him. Just do that. It won't be that easy because Alcaraz knows it's coming, right? 40 love. So that'll be interesting to see how, if Alcaraz does win, how Alcaraz will, how much did Alcaraz learn from that and how much has he got in his head when, if Fritz tries that again? Because I don't think it's going to have the same effect. Alcaraz's a quick learner. As Alcaraz serves the next down the tee. All right, we're going 3. So that's the thing. Like, the blueprint's there, but Alcaraz knows the blueprint. So the element of surprise is gone. And that was part of the reason why Fritz won, was that element of surprise. He came out swinging and Alcaraz was like, what the hell is this? I didn't plan for this. This time around, Alcaraz will be ready, right? So that's the problem Fritz is going to have to deal with. He's going to have to play that style, but also hope that Alcaraz, doesn't remember. Anyways, Ruud's still in this match. He's going to serve first in the third. But look, Ruud, he does have a blueprint. But now it's a blueprint that Alcaraz can also try and, rebut, right? Anyway, 16 winners, 5 errors. Alcaraz didn't even hit a forehand error. That was ridiculous by Alcaraz in that second set. Ruud, 5 winners, 4 errors. Not bad, but not good enough. 9 aces from Alcaraz as well. I mean, that was just silly. All right. Ruud's going to have to, pray. Because Alcaraz is here. All right. Alcaraz adjusts so well to someone, to when someone changes it up on him. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Alcaraz can counter Fritz's blueprint, and Fritz came up with a master plan. I don't think so. That's not the master plan. What do you mean? All right. Here we go. Let's see how Ruud starts the third, because this is going to be important. He's going to have to get off to a really good start. He's going to have to hold. And when he gets a chance, if he gets a chance, break. And if he doesn't get a chance, play a tiebreak. All right. Fritz ain't winning on this surface against Alcaraz. Okay. He beat Bodek in Rotterdam, Sinner and Zverev in Indian Wells after losses. The guy gets revenge. Yeah. Yeah. He lost to Novak at the Olympics and ATP Finals and Australian Open back-to-back-to-back. Yeah, well, that's because Djokovic is different, though. Shanghai is so loaded. Sinner, Alcaraz, Fritz, Djokovic, Shelton, Ruud, Rune are all on the same side. Oh, wait, sorry. Sinner, Nole, Fritz, Shelton, Ruud, Rune are all on the same side. Zverev and Carlos has Zverev, yes. Alcaraz's draw is a lot easier than the others. All right. We're just waiting for Ruud to come back from the bathroom to get the final set underway. But, yeah, Ruud, these first few games are huge for Ruud. So crucial. By the way, chat, don't forget to like the video if you haven't already. We're almost at 300 likes, so make sure you like the video. Maybe you thought you did like the video, but it was the other stream, so you missed it. So just if you scroll down and then you see the video, like it. Alcaraz matches we usually get 500 likes, so well, we should. Djokovic is preparing for the US Open. He needs another slam. He doesn't need anything, really. He has the most slams. All right, we're still just waiting for Ruud to come back. He's having the longest bathroom break ever. Did he get lost? Is the time of the match so early here, then they always postpone it? What do you mean? Ruud meets Fritz in the bathroom. Yeah, Fritz is giving Ruud a pep talk. You better beat him. I don't want to play him again. Alcaraz having a massive chat to his coaches in the meantime. Now Ruud's coming back from the bathroom. Yeah, Shelton's playing next week. So we'll watch and see what's up. He's playing next week. Ruud will need a magic potion in the bathroom. Okay. All right, here we go. Right now is the most important time of the match for Casper Ruud. Right now. He's got to hold. He's got to stay in front. As that goes out by Alcaraz, 15-love. He's got to do... He's just got to... It's almost like there's a hurricane and he's got to just hide in the basement and just bunker down or whatever they do in hurricanes and just weather the storm and all the cliches. 15-love. As the backhand return goes to forehand of Ruud. Into the backhand of Alcaraz. Ruud with the backhand. Goes long. 15-0. He must hold serves. 15-0. Hey, London lady. Thank you for the 35 months. Thanks for sticking around. He must hold serve in the first part of this third set. He's got to get to at least 3-all or 4-all, Ruud. Also, remember, if he serves first and holds, he will be serving. Alcaraz will be serving to stay in the match at 5-4, 6-5, right? So, again, so important, but more so now because he's got to try and get some momentum back that he lost in that second set. 30-15. As Ruud serves. Into the backhand of Alcaraz. Return goes in the forehand of Ruud. Alcaraz forehand slice. Ruud with a forehand. Drop shot. Oh, it's in the net. That was a great idea, but he just hit it too fine. He had to hit it that good, but it was a great... I mean, Alcaraz was slipping and sliding. He wasn't going to get there. Alcaraz was too far back. That was the right shot, but he just shanked it a little bit. 30-0. That's a great idea by Ruud, though. Serves an ace, that's clutch. Ruud's serve today has been very good. Yvonne, you don't have to donate. It's okay. Appreciate it, though. Thank you, but you don't have to. All right. 40-30. Ruud serves again. Into the back of Alcaraz. Alcaraz in the net. Ruud holds. 1-love. 1-0. Ruud's serve since US Open is beefed up. Yeah, it's been a good serve. It's been serving well. All right. 1-0 Ruud. Final set. All right. Alcaraz serves. There's a backhand from Ruud. Drop volley by Alcaraz is too good. These guys played doubles together a week ago. All right, 15-love. All right. Return goes into the forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand of Ruud. Alcaraz slice. Goes long. 15-0. Winner of this will take on Fritz in the final tomorrow. All right, 15-0. As he double faults. 15-30. All right. As Alcaraz with a drop volley off a serve volley point. 30-0. First serve is a fault. Second serve. Second serve. Big chance for Ruud here. As Ruud return goes into the backhand of Alcaraz, and Alcaraz hits a backhand winner. Ruud just hit it too short in the return, and Alcaraz made him pay 40-30. Uh, 40-30. Alcaraz serves again. And it's a fault. Second serve. Serve in the back of Ruud. Alcaraz forehand drop shot. It's too good. 1-1. 1-1. All right. Back to Ruud. Again, every game is important on serve for Ruud. He has to hold. Every game is important. Super important. All right. Ruud serves. As the return goes in the front of Ruud. Back into Alcaraz. Again, the back of Ruud. Ruud overhits it. Love 15. Love 15. Why don't you update the players' pictures? What do you mean? Because is that a big problem? What are you, who? Love 15. Trust me, there's worse things in the world to be worried. There's bigger things to worry about than that, okay? Don't worry about it. It's not as, don't stress yourself, all right? Everything will be fine. As that goes out by Alcaraz, 15-0. Don't worry about it. 15-0. As Ruud serves again. Serve. Into the fort of Alcaraz. Alcaraz in the net. 30-15. 30-15. As Ruud serves again. As it goes out by Alcaraz on the return. 40-15. As Ruud holds. All right. 2-1. Ruud keeps the break. So keeps the lead. No breaks yet. He keeps the lead. He keeps the lead. 2-1. Why does no one talk about how good Ruud's serve is? I know, right? His serve's been great in this. It's had to be great. I mean, if he had a bad serve today, it wouldn't be the score that it is. All right. By the way, chat, where are we watching from? I haven't asked that for a month. Where are we watching from? Atlanta? York in the UK? Scotland? Philippines, Poland, Nigeria, Georgia, USA, Bern, Glasgow, Norway, Sydney, Manhattan, Singapore, London, St. Louis, Switzerland, South Africa, Cameroon, Tokyo, India, Australia, Los Angeles, Puerto Rico, Manchester, Nottingham, Spain, France, Cape Cod, Hungary, Pakistan, New York, Madrid, Sardinia in Italy, Tahiti, Osaka, Kenya, Santa Barbara. As Ruud returns, goes the backhand of Alcaraz. Ruud with a backhand slice. Into the front of Alcaraz, and Alcaraz in the net. Love 15. Manila, Indonesia, Montreal, Guam, Chile. Love 15. Finland. As Alcaraz serves again. And the return goes in from Ruud, and then a drop shot. Alcaraz is too good. Now, Ruud's not attempting to get to the drop shots because he knows they're too good. But also, probably as a way of conserving energy. He knows it's not necessary to run for them. He's all right, you do that. He just needs to try and return the ball a bit deeper next time. But he's not attempting to run for these drop shots. You're at your mum's villa. Cool, that sounds fun. All right, 15-all. As we just serve to the backhand of Ruud. Forehand in the net from Alcaraz. All right, 15-30. 15-30. As Alcaraz serves again. It's a fault. Here we go. Chance for Ruud. Second serve. Double fault. 15-40. Ruud a chance to get the break in the third. From Seoul in Korea. Hey, what's up? I've been there. I went there last year. Cam, a.k.a. Carlos fan hiding. Bro, your name is 27. You don't even have a name. You're a number, literally. 27. Get a name. Return. Goes into the front of Alcaraz. Ruud can't get that one. Alcaraz too good. 30-40. I'm not going to get insulted by a person named 27. All right, 30-40. At least call yourself like a single digit so then people can stand out. 27? What, was the first 26 numbers taken, bro? 27? Jeez, mate. At least put yourself at number 3. You know, give yourself a little bit of a promotion. 30-40. Bro coming in here with 27. Jeez. What happened? Alcaraz serves. Into the backhand of Ruud. Return is long, and we get the deuce. We get the deuce. Ruud cannot break yet. All right. Alcaraz serves. The return goes into the front of Alcaraz. Ruud with the backhand slice. Alcaraz in control. Forehand again to the backhand of Ruud. And Ruud overhits the backhand. All right. Advantage Alcaraz. Advantage Alcaraz. Advantage Alcaraz to level the final set. And that goes down the return. All right, Alcaraz holds. 2-all. 2-all. Back to Ruud. Another very important game. He has to keep in front. He has to keep in front. Two-all. There's a return. It's back in a Ruud. Slice Alcaraz in the net. 15-love. 15-love. Ruud serves again. Serve and volley. Oh no. Alcaraz puts it back in past him. 15-all. As soon as he came in the net, you knew it was trouble. 15-all. Oh no, don't come to the net. Don't do that. 15-all. As the return goes to the back of Ruud. Oh no, Ruud in the net! Oh, it was a great serve. And then Ruud had the entire backhand to hit, like the whole court to hit into, and he hit it in the net. All right, 15-30. God, that backhand, man. That goes in. He's up 30-15. I mean, that was a big miss. Need to serve here. 30-15. Oh, 15-30. Serve in the front of Alcaraz. Return goes to the front of Ruud. Alcaraz backhand. Into the front of Ruud on the stretch. Alcaraz gets there with a slice. It's a drop shot. Ruud gets there with a forehand cross court, but Alcaraz lunges out wide and hits it down the line. And now Alcaraz is celebrating a little bit. 15-40. Man. That backhand is going to haunt him. Alcaraz is too good. I mean, even the defensive slice drop shot is ridiculous. And Ruud had nowhere else to go. If he goes down the line, he misses. So cross court was the only option. Alcaraz was there. Alcaraz just knows how to play tennis every shot perfectly. You know, 15-40. Backhand return, the backhand of Ruud, sliced into the backhand of Alcaraz. Ruud, backhand. Into the slice of Alcaraz. Ruud on the attack, but Alcaraz is always in the point. He hits a forehand cross court. Ruud off the tape. Gets the winner, luckily. That's the only way you can beat Alcaraz if you hit the net and it goes over. 30-40. Man. Ruud got very lucky. It hit the net and just died. 30-40. Still break point Alcaraz, though. Ruud serves. Down the tee. Alcaraz gets it back. Ruud forehand down the line. Alcaraz puts up a lob. Ruud with a smash. Alcaraz is going to get there. No, he's not. Ruud too good. Survives. Deuce. Deuce. Ruud serves. A fault. Second serve. Into the backhand of Alcaraz. Ruud with a forehand. Into the front of Alcaraz. To the backhand of Ruud. Alcaraz backhand. Ruud gets it with a slice. Alcaraz slices a drop shot down the line. Ruud's going to get it with a forehand. Cross court. Alcaraz is there with a forehand down the line winner. God, he just knows. Like, he knows, I'm going to hit a drop shot to your forehand. You're going to go cross court. I'm going to be ready. Like, he knows. Like, it's just such, like, he knows. Advantage Alcaraz. Like, he knows. He goes, if I do this, you're going to do this, and then I'm going to win the point. You've got to execute that. You know, it's one thing to know what to do, but then you got to do it. But he knows exactly what to do, and he knows he doesn't miss. Like, Alcaraz is subtly arrogant, never liked him. Then why are you here? Advantage Alcaraz. As Ruud serves. Into the back of Alcaraz. Return goes into the backhand of Ruud. Ruud in the net. There's the break. Chat that backhand. Remember when Ruud missed that backhand? Man. I mean, look, Ruud played some good rallies as well in that game, but Alcaraz had the answers because it's Alcaraz. Okay, Alcaraz 3-2, final set. Hey, what's up, FC? Welcome. Welcome back. 4D chess. Yeah, I mean, it's not even. It's just like normal chess. Like, he's not playing 4D chess. It's just normal chess where you're thinking 2 shots ahead, right? You're playing 2 shots ahead. That's what he's doing. He's playing regular chess. All right. Can Ruud come back? That'll be the question. Probably not, but we'll see. You feel he's got to break back like now, right? Like, he's got to break now. He's got to break back now. Carlos is really playing smart. Oh, yeah. All right, here we go. Alcaraz with a great serve, 15-love. Winner of this will take on Taylor Fritz tomorrow in the final. All right, as the return goes short in the forward of Alcaraz, back in a Ruud. Alcaraz with the drop volley. Ruud can't get it. 30-love. $30-love. $30-love. As Ruud returns, but Alcaraz volleys it away. 40-love. That was so casual, that volley. That was mean. That was such a sarcastic volley. That was a sarcastic volley, that one. That was just like backhand volley. Oh, like so sarcastic. 40-love. First serve's a fault, second serve. You got a 4-2. Serving to the forehand of Ruud. Return goes to the forehand of Alcaraz. Ruud with the forehand. Into the net. 4-2 Alcaraz. We're going to get the rematch at this stage. We're getting the rematch. It's happening. Rematch. Rematch. Cancel the work plans. Rematch. Rematch. All right, Ruud serving. You will be extremely sad because Carlos is winning again. Which is it? Am I a fanboy or am I going to cry? Like, what do you mean? You guys need to talk amongst yourselves and figure out your lives, all right? 4-2. Ruud serves. As he comes to net, Ruud, and Alcaraz hits the backhand in the net. Okay. And it's 15-love. Fritz defeated Alcaraz a few days ago. He did. That's why it's a rematch. 15-love. $15-love. And Ruud serves again. Into the front of Alcaraz, return the net, 30-love. $30-love. As Ruud serves again. A fault. Second serve. $30-love. Serve to the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand of Ruud. Into the backhand of Alcaraz. Ruud with a forehand cross court. Alcaraz gets it, but smacks it in the net. 40-love. $40-love. As Ruud serves a fault. Second serve. Second serve is a double fault. 40-15. $40-15. Alcaraz return slice into the front of Ruud. Alcaraz backhand. Goes long. All right, Ruud holds. He stays in the set. He keeps Alcaraz. Keeps Alcaraz working. But Alcaraz has got the break. 4-3, final set. All right. All right. Shanghai draw's already out. Yep. Did a video about it, but it hasn't come out yet because I have been live for 5 hours. Shit, really? 5 hours? That's too long. That's actually, no, that's about right. That's about normal. That's what I expected today. I'm feeling it, though. My voice was not ready. A video for that draw will be coming out in the next hours. Hopefully. When I can get my shit together. Okay. 2 games away, Alcaraz, from the final. To take on Fritz. Sinner's half is crazy, but who knows? Seeds can drop like flies. True. It's also that time of year where everyone's tired, right? So that could be interesting. Do you ever think Ruud will match Carlos and get some wins? Yeah, he literally beat Carlos last year. At the end of last year. But also, like today, I mean, he's shown that he can push him. The thing I really like about Ruud is that he said not long ago that he believes that the gap between Alcaraz and Sinner and everybody else is not as big, and he would know because he's played them all, is as big as the GOATs. So or as the GOATs were, right? So Ruud already is already like, well, I believe I can beat this guy, and that's half of it, right? Most players that know they can't beat players, you look and you go, yeah, they just look terrible from the first point. But Ruud doesn't think Alcaraz and Sinner are that much better than everybody else. And that's half of it. Like, that's half of it. So he's probably not shocked that he got a set today because he's not intimidated by these guys, or at least by Alcaraz. Now, can he beat Alcaraz? He already has. Can he beat him again? Is Alcaraz going to get better? Is Ruud's comments going to change eventually? Maybe, but I mean, after today, even if Ruud loses, he's not going to be like, yeah, Alcaraz is like really hard to beat. It's like, no, he's going to say, I was there. I beat him last year and I was in this match today. Like, this is not going to dent Ruud's confidence, if he loses. This is a great result. I mean, most people are shocked that he got a set, I think. 15-all. As Alcaraz back in the net. 15-30. It's not even over yet. 15-30. 15-30. Chance for Ruud to get a break point to get back in the set. All right, serve. As the return goes to forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand now from Ruud. Goes long. 30-all. Now, this is where Alcaraz usually hits a big serve because he's clutch. Serve. Down the tee. Ruud returns. Alcaraz drop shot. Ruud gets it, but it's in the net. Too good. He knew Ruud was running backwards. And he got him. 40-30. That's what a good drop shot looks like. When the person thinks you're hitting it deep, the disguise, I mean, this is like, we talk about Sinner's drop shots a lot because he's been doing them a lot more in the last two matches. That's what the drop shot should look like. When somebody's moving backwards because they think you're going to hit a really hard backhand and then you disguise it and trick them. But you need the drop shot's not always just about Ruud gets that one easily, right? That was a terrible drop shot by Alcaraz because Ruud was moving forward already. He was already knowing it was coming. Like, he was already ready, right? The drop shot is so much about disguise and setting up the point. You can't just do a drop shot and expect, Ruud was already moving forward on that point if you're watching this match. Whereas before, he was moving back to get ready, and then Alcaraz tricked him, right? Those 2 points were exactly the good and the bad of a drop shot. As the return goes back into Alcaraz off the tape now to the back of Ruud. He hits a short slice. And then Alcaraz hits a lob. Ruud with a forehand. Alcaraz is there with a backhand down the line winner. Alcaraz's lob is just one of the shots we don't talk about enough because he hits so many good shots. For every shot is great, but his lob is ridiculous too. I mean, a slice backhand lob. And Ruud didn't hit a bad forehand. I mean, Alcaraz stayed back, which was surprising, but his lob is ridiculous too. Just when you think, oh yeah, I'll just come to the net. Good luck. Advantage Alcaraz. And he says a fault, second serve. As the return goes out by Ruud. And Alcaraz holds 5-3. 5-3. 5-3. Ruud and Zverev are terrible at adjusting when its opponents is dropping them. I don't know. I think Ruud's reads drop shots better than Zverev does. But also Ruud is not as he doesn't stand as far back as Zverev does. he's a little bit more. He's a little closer to the baseline, so he's ready for that drop shot. Also, being more of a clay guy, Ruud as well is he can sense drop shots probably better as well. Anticipate drop shots better too. All right, 5-3 as Alcaraz hits it in the net, and Ruud wins the first point. 15-love as he serves to stay in the match. 15-love. 15-love. Serve again. Is a let. Whew. 15-love. Ruud serves again. He serves a fault. Second serve. Second serve. 2 hours played in this one, by the way. As Ruud double faults. 15-all. Zverev has poor anticipation when it comes to drop shot, but Ruud's movement isn't good enough for him to counter the drops. I guess, but I don't know. I think Ruud's better at getting to the drop shots and getting back the drop shots than Zverev. All right, Ruud with the pass, Alcaraz with the volley, Ruud with a forehand down the line, and Alcaraz with the lunging volley winner. 15-30. Lovely volley by Alcaraz. 15-30. Why so many negative comments about Carlos? You obviously don't watch much. Carlos, great sportsman, friendly to everyone. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where that's coming from. 15-30. 2 points away from the final. As Ruud serves. A fault. Second serve. Serve to the backhand of Alcaraz. Return goes long, and it's 30-all. All. Good serve, Ruud. Return goes in the front of Ruud. Slice Alcaraz in the nets. 40-30. What does Ruud's Shanghai draw look like? I'm pretty sure he's in a pretty tough section, if I can remember. I think he's in like a really awkward section. Yeah, he's with Cerundolo and Shelton. Yeah, he's in the stack section. Korda, Berrettini, Opelka, Diallo, Shelton, Cerundolo, Bergs. I mean, he's in a nightmare section. Anyways, and that's to get out of that to play Djokovic in the quarterfinals. No, that sucks. That's just, like, he's in the shit section. All right. That's the worst part of the draw. He's in the worst part of the draw. Section of death, exactly, yeah. And then the prize is play Djokovic in the quarters. Like, good luck. First of all, navigate the killers, and then play Djokovic in the quarterfinals. Good luck. And then you got to play Sinner in the semis if you can somehow get past Djokovic. So, yeah, he's in the worst part. He's probably got the worst draw. One of the worst draws you could have picked. Which sucks for him. He's playing good this week. Anyways, Alcaraz's going to serve the match. Scarier than the death zone. It's brutal, man. It's a brutal draw. Especially because Korda played well last week or this week. I think Korda got a set of Fritz this week, so he might feel pretty good. Yeah, brutal section for Ruud. Yeah, killer draw than the boss fight. Yeah, the first of 3, right? Because he's got to play Djokovic, Sinner, and then Alcaraz in the final. Yeah, Ruud's draw. If Ruud was up the top half with Alcaraz, it would have been a better draw for sure, because up top is pretty light. The top half of the draw is not as deadly. You got Sinner and Musetti. I think Musetti's injured. Zverev hasn't been playing well. Demon or Ruud would rate his chances more against Demon. Alcaraz is there, but then you got Medvedev who's not in form. Tsitsipas who's not in form. Lehechka's been good. FAA's up there too, but yeah, the top half of the draw for Alcaraz. I mean, look, I know I get shit for saying Alcaraz has got a good draw because people are like, no, he's not. He's got to play Tien in the second round. But he does have a good draw. Like, his draw could have been so much worse. If you go to look at the bottom half of the draw, look how bad that draw is, right? Everyone down the bottom half, it's a nightmare down the bottom. If you're down the bottom half, it doesn't matter if you're Sinner or Djokovic or anybody else, it's a hard draw. Top half of the draw is where you want to be because it's got players that are out of form or injured. So, or that if you're Sinner, you'd rather be up the top. Sinner, top half of the draw for Sinner, much nicer than the bottom half. Anyways, drop shot in the net by Alcaraz. All right, love 15. Love 15. All right, serve again. Into the front of Ruud. Return goes short. Now Alcaraz puts away the forehand. 15-0. 15-0. Lovely forehand winner. As Alcaraz serves again. A fault. Second serve. Serving the front of Ruud. Ruud shanks the return. Free point. Giving that one away. 30-15. Don't forget to like the video as well. We're almost at 500 likes. Can we get to 500 likes before the end of the stream? As we're back in return now from Ruud in the front of Alcaraz. And Alcaraz overhits it. 30-all. 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 Alcaraz serves. 2 points away from the final. First serve is a fault. Second serve. Serving to the back end of Ruud. Return goes in the front of Alcaraz. Ruud. Back into the net. Ah, man. Ruud. In this game, he has made a couple of errors that he really shouldn't have. And he knows it. 40-30. That last backhand was a giveaway. 40-30. Match point, Alcaraz, to play Fritz in the final tomorrow. Ruud is terrible. Bro, have you looked at the score? 40-30. Serving to the front of Ruud. Return goes into the front of Alcaraz. Ruud with the forehand on the stretch. Alcaraz down the line. Ruud's there with the slice. Alcaraz forehand again. Is a winner. Too good. Yeah, Ruud just didn't go for it in the end. But I'll tell you, a confident loss for Ruud. If you can get a set off the guy who is almost unbeatable the last couple of months, you're doing all right. Like, I don't think Ruud's going to be unhappy with that loss. He'll probably be a little disappointed the way he finished and also, how he got broken. But that was a very good match by Ruud. And that was a very competitive match by Ruud, which I think is a surprise to a lot of people. So, Yeah. Ruud should not be upset by that. He was in that. He was definitely in that. But Alcaraz is playing. Now he's going to play Fritz. Let's see what happens. Rematch. All right. If you are leaving, don't forget to sub on the way out. We didn't get to 500 likes, so nobody gets any prizes. But maybe next time. Next time we'll get to 500. Somebody will win a prize. That's unfortunate. Oh well. Next time, Fritz will like his chances. Yeah, Fritz is going to have to play some ridiculous shots though. Fritz doesn't stand a chance. Okay. Alcaraz made 9 finals in a row. Crazy. What's next? Tomorrow. Fritz is getting... What? Will Fritz employ the same tactics at the Laver Cup, and can he pull it off? Even if he does, though, Alcaraz knows it's coming. So the element of surprise won't be there. So that's what we're going to see. It's going to be very interesting. It's going to be a very interesting match, because even if Fritz does do the same tactics, Alcaraz will not be as surprised. So it's going to be a lot harder for those tactics to actually work against this Alcaraz, because Alcaraz is going to know it's coming, right? So that's going to be interesting. I kind of hate that we're getting the rematch so quick. It would have been nice if we got it like later in the year and both players went away and played some more tennis, but because I know like it sucks for Fritz, right? Because if Alcaraz wins, like everyone's going to discredit Fritz. Everyone's already discrediting Fritz for winning against Alcaraz. Like it doesn't count, right? And that sucks because it does count to Fritz. It might not count against Alcaraz as like a career-defining loss, but it definitely counts for Fritz as a career-defining win. And now he's going to have to play him again. If he loses tomorrow, you know, the tennis world are going to not respect the win that he did have, right? It's going to be, oh, it didn't count. It was a fluke, right? And that sucks because it wasn't a fluke. Fritz came in there with a good plan, and he caught Alcaraz by surprise. Now, Alcaraz didn't play his best, but Fritz deserves the credit for the win. And it didn't go to a third set tiebreak, so I don't know why. It was a straight sets win. It was 3-2 or whatever it was. But let's see what happens tomorrow, because even if Fritz loses tomorrow, if he plays the same way and has the goal to go for those shots again and do those tactics without Agassi reminding him, right? Because Agassi was there. We know Agassi was such a big deal of the Laver Cup, a big reason why the Laver Cup White Team World were winning. Without Agassi telling him every game, keep doing this, can Fritz do it on his own, right? Especially in a final where the stakes are way higher. Laver Cup, if like I said before that match, if Fritz had lost that match, it wouldn't have mattered, right? Because Fritz was coming back to play Zverev the next day anyway. If Fritz loses the final tomorrow, there's no second chance. You don't come back the next day to play another final. You can't. It's win or lose. It's no lose and still maybe win, right? So that's where it's a totally different situation. But if Fritz, and I'm picking Alcaraz to win, but if Fritz plays the same way, even in a loss, that's good. Because that means Fritz knows he's going to have to play like that, you know, and look, it might not be enough tomorrow because Alcaraz will know that it's coming. But again, as long as Fritz doesn't go back to the way he played or he plays normally, and he doesn't, like, I'd rather him play that way and make a bunch of errors and, you know, but have that, you know, have the guts to do it again, like go for it again. But we'll find out. It'll be a very interesting match. I'm so excited to see how it plays out. Again, I think Alcaraz will win, but I'm very interested to see how Fritz plays the match and what tactics he brings and if he can do it again. Like, you know, it's a tall ask. He just did it. We were like, dude, you got to do this thing, and he did it, and now he's got to do it again. Like, yeah, do it again. You know, it's not like he did it once. You know, so I'm excited to see how Fritz plays, and how and hopefully he still goes for it, even if this time around, Alcaraz might be ready for it. I still hope he plays that game. Carlos needs to win. Well, he'll be the favorite for sure. No worries, Aaron. Hey, not bad. Go Taylor. Fair enough. Your thoughts on Medvedev Zverev later? It's going to be a long match. It's going to take forever, and then we're not watching it. Does this match give Fritz hope? I think so. I mean, he probably would take some stuff out of that first set that maybe Ruud employed. I think if Fritz serves well, because Ruud served very well, right? If Fritz serves, Fritz has got a better serve than Ruud. So I think if Fritz serves as like better than Ruud tomorrow, which he can because he's got a better serve, that's going to be a big plus, right? That's going to go a long way. But yeah, again, I'm more interested in seeing does Fritz come to the net more tomorrow? Is he still going to have the guts to go to the net? Is he going to have the guts to go for the shots down the line that he was doing against Alcaraz, in San Fran? Like, those are the things that I'm interested to see, right? Especially in a final, right? It's for a trophy. I mean, this is a big deal. So yeah, I'm interested to see how it plays. It's going to be a really interesting match. Interesting from Fritz's side. Again, I still think Alcaraz wins. I'm going to pick Alcaraz. Spoiler alert. But it's going to be a really interesting way to study Fritz. Because we know what Alcaraz is going to do, right? Alcaraz is going to play better than he did against him at the Laver Cup. We're expecting that, right? We're expecting a better Alcaraz than the Alcaraz that played at Laver Cup. Also, the Alcaraz at the Laver Cup was sick, right? We didn't talk about that during the tournament because, it wasn't really said much. But Alcaraz was ill. He had put the nose strip on the last day. He definitely wasn't feeling it well. Again, was that why he lost? Fritz deserves credit. Give credit to Fritz. But tomorrow, it'll be a different Alcaraz that Fritz plays. But if he can employ those tactics, that would be great to see Fritz do. To still go for it anyway and play the game that he can't go back to rallies. Like, you can't just rally. It's not gonna be enough. He's gonna have to go for it again. But can he do it? Can he come to the net when he's uncomfortable, right? Can he go for the shots that he doesn't feel comfortable going for? Because if he has the intent, even if he loses, if he has that intent, I like that from Fritz. Because it means there's a mental change. Even if he loses. If he tries those strategies, even if he loses, it means it's a mental switch that he's flicked, which is good. Because then if it works, right? It's gonna be really fun tomorrow. I'm excited to watch. I wish we had the rematch later in the year, but we'll watch it. we'll dissect it anyway. It'll be a really interesting case study of how much does Fritz believe from that one. Because remember, again, Alcaraz losing that match doesn't really do anything. Like, it was just like a minor inconvenience, that match for Alcaraz, right? But for Fritz, it was a career-defining win, right? Confidence boosting, all that stuff. So seeing how Fritz responds and how he walks out on court and how he looks, right? Does he look confident? Does he look like he knows something that he didn't know, a month ago, right? That's what's going to be interesting too. Not just, again, we're not even going to look at Alcaraz really, because we know that Alcaraz is going to be better. He's not going to be bothered by that loss. It's not going to be scar his mentality. He's going to be fine. Alcaraz is going to play his game. It's all about Fritz. How does Fritz look? Does he have a different confidence about him? Does he play with a different level of confidence? That's really going to be interesting. All right, we're going to get out of here in a minute because I am tired. Paolo Musetti and Tien are going at it as well, which is fun. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. We've got a big day tomorrow as well. We've got I think 3 or 4 matches that are pretty big deals tomorrow. So we'll be back again to do it all again tomorrow. Ruud, though, surprising and pleasantly surprising, takes a set off Alcaraz and really makes him work. 3-6, 6-3, 6-4. Only the 3 breaks of serve as well, so it just showed how good Ruud was serving. 7 aces. I mean, Ruud was serving well, but we know that Fritz, he's got a better serve on him. So if Ruud can do that, maybe Fritz can do something. But we'll watch that tomorrow night. It will be the final tomorrow night. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out. Been a big day. We're streaming like nearly 6 hours straight. So thank you for that. We'll be back tomorrow. Ruud takes the first. Alcaraz comes back to win in 3, 3-6, 6-3, 6-4. And he is into the final. See you tomorrow.